So today is all about getting the chickens ready for summer. Last year we had a difficult time with the chickens getting too hot. We actually lost 2 chickens. So this year what we're doing, we're taking some steps to ensure that the chickens stay cool, or at least help them stay cool throughout the year. That's what we're doing today right here on the ranch. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do to help with the heat is that I'm gonna, just on part of the chicken run, I'm gonna use this rolled screen, and I'm gonna apply it to the top and to the front half of the chicken run. This side here is where the afternoon sun comes in, and it just scorches these chickens. Last year, the only area that the chickens were able to get out of the sun was right underneath the coop or in the coop. Well, the coop was really hot, and so really underneath the coop was the only place they could go. This year what we're gonna do is put this screen on the top of this, and we're gonna put the screen all the way down to here, which what that'll do is it's gonna cast a shade into the run. And that way they can be in the entire run and have some shade. I'm also not putting it on the lower portion of the run here. I'm gonna leave that open. The sun, by the time it's that low, it's already behind trees. So we're gonna put the shade from here to here, and we're gonna put the shade on top. 95, about 33 and a half. All right, so we're gonna fasten this screen with some 1/4-inch staples every 6 inches or so around the perimeter, and that should hold it down. At the end of the year, the plan is just to pull it off and not have a screen. But just for the next 3.5 months, when it's super hot, we're gonna have the screen on there, which will provide that shade. So hopefully this leftover piece is 23 and it is 26. So yeah, that works out perfectly. Sometimes things just work out like that. So installing the screen is the first thing I'm doing to combat this heat. And just keep in mind, I just did the top of the run, and I did halfway down the evening sun side of the run. That's all I did. Everything else is still open, and that screen still allows for good airflow. So the next thing we're gonna do to keep the chickens cool is that we're gonna put ice in their water. And the way we do that with these ice blocks. This is just a real cheap Ziploc bag. And what we do is we fill these with water 3/4 full, lay them in the freezer until they freeze, and then we take this ice block, and once a day we'll put it in the water. This is a lot easier than taking this water, dumping it out every day, and then filling it back up with fresh water. An important thing to remember when you're dealing with chickens is that you have to keep their water cool. If their water gets hot, then they won't drink it. And if they don't drink it, well, then I think you know what happens from there. Also, another thing that we're doing is we're adding another water. Typically we have one throughout the year, but during the hot summer months, I want to make sure that these chickens have as much water as they want to drink. And if there's 4 chickens that are drinking on this water, there's still another one available that they can access. Once you put this in, it takes just a couple of minutes, and the water coming out of here goes from warm to cool. So it starts working very fast. The last thing we do is all about giving them cool or frozen treats. So this here is a frozen treat, some blueberry juice with some actual blueberries, and then some honeydew seeds on top. we'll freeze that in an ice cube tray, and we'll come out here and give it to them. It's a fun treat for them, and it cools them down. And then we have some assorted vegetables and fruit, really just some things that we're getting rid of in the kitchen. We don't ever feed the chickens bad stuff, but maybe just wilted or stuff that we're not gonna eat at home. And what we'll do is we'll put that in either the freezer or at least the refrigerator, cool that down, so when we come out here, they have nice cool treats. And again, just another way that cools them down. All right, girls, here you go. Here you go. Oh yeah, they love these. So just to recap everything that we've done, one, we put on this screen to cast shade onto the chicken's run. We've also made sure when doing this that we still have plenty of ventilation through the run. Also on the actual coop, I've opened up every window to ensure that I have ventilation going through the coop as well. The second thing that we've done is that we're cooling down their water via ice. And the way we're doing that is we're using cheap Ziploc bags, and we're freezing ice in those bags and creating ice blocks, and then putting those ice blocks into their water each day. Another thing that I've done is I've added another waterer. So instead of having one, now I have 2 waterers, which allows the chickens to get a drink whenever they want. And in rare situations that all the chickens are drinking at one time, there's plenty of water nipples for all of them to drink. Also with chickens, I have an issue with dominance, and some of the dominant chickens will not allow some of the least dominant chickens to drink on the water when they're doing it. So having 2 waterers allows everyone to drink at the same time and ensures everyone's able to stay cool. The third thing that we do is that we give them cool treats. We'll either use ice trays and we'll put fruit juice, or we'll smash fruit and put them in those ice trays and freeze them. We'll also take watermelon halves or quarters and freeze those. And then we'll take other vegetables, different things that we discard at the house. We'll put those in the refrigerator, cool them down, then all this together and bring it out for the chickens for a cool treat. During the summer months, if you live in a southern climate like I do, it gets extremely hot. And this is the time of year that is most difficult for the chickens. It's funny because when I got into this, I thought the winter would be the toughest time, the super cold climates. And although you got to watch them during those times, it's the summer months around here that can get the chickens. And so this is the time that we're making sure that we're around, checking on the chickens each and every day, and ensuring they have everything that they need to ensure that they can stay cool. Well, I guess these girls are all ready for the summer months. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and we'll see you again next time right here on the ranch.